Today, news broke that FBI agents have recently raided the Alexandria home of President Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort. Now, late last month, the FBI, using a search warrant, seized documents and other materials from the Manafort's home in an early morning raid. So that's always fun. This is according to people familiar with the special counsel investigation that is, of course, being headed up by Robert Mueller. According to the Washington Post, federal agents had appeared at Manafort's home without any advanced warning in the pre-dawn hours of July 26th, the day after he met voluntarily with the staff for the Senate Intelligence Committee. So what's interesting here about this is that the search warrant that they received to search Manafort's home to seize these documents was actually very wide-ranging. According to a report in the New York Times, the search warrant included tax and foreign banking records. Well, that's very interesting. Paul Manafort, of course, has been known to do business with foreign governments, work on behalf of foreign governments, doing lobbying efforts. So those might actually turn out to be very, very useful. Now, it suggests, according to the New York Times, that investigators are looking at criminal charges related to the Federal Bank Secrecy Act, which requires Americans to report their foreign bank accounts. Now, look, Manafort had previously not reported working for some of these, on behalf of some of these governments too. So I guess it would make sense that he might also hide the fact that he might have foreign bank accounts that he did not disclose. It's very interesting, because if you're going to work on a presidential campaign, that's something you would want to know if you were getting money from foreign governments. So it seems, I guess it makes sense that they would look into that, into his banking records and taxes. Now, Jason Maloney, who was a spokesman for Manafort, confirmed that agents executed a warrant at one of the political consultants' homes and that Manafort was there and had cooperated with the search. Now, Manafort had been voluntarily producing documents to congressional committees investigating Russian interference or supposed Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The search warrant indicates investigators may have argued to a federal judge that they had reason to believe that Manafort could not be trusted to turn over all records in response to a grand jury subpoena. Now, the documents included materials Manafort had already provided to Congress, said people familiar with the search. Now, one advisor close to the White House said, "Hey man, look, if the FBI wanted the documents, they could just ask him, and it would have turned them over." Well, but doing this raid suggests that they didn't trust Manafort to turn over all those documents, that he might have been hiding something, again, because he also failed to disclose other things that he was doing. Mueller was like, no, we're not fucking around with that shit. We're going to go right after his tax and bank accounts. We're going to see just what he's doing, okay? Now, Josh Stueve, hopefully I got that right, spokesman for Mueller, declined to comment, as did Reginald Brown, an attorney for Manafort. Maloney said, "Mr. Manafort has consistently cooperated with law enforcement and other serious inquiries, and did so on this occasion as well." Well, look, hey man, if he did, wonderful. This is one way. Now, this raid, seizing these documents, this is one way to figure out if he was truly cooperating or if he was holding back. If they find something new, well, that's going to be very interesting. Now, this is also a big sign that Robert Mueller, he's not fucking around on this shit. According to the Post, Mueller has increased legal pressure on Manafort, consolidating under his authority a series of unrelated investigations into various aspects of Manafort's professional and personal life. So, man, he is putting the screws under this guy. Okay. Now, Manafort's allies, according to the Post, fear that Mueller hopes to build a case against Manafort unrelated to the 2016 campaign, in hopes that the former campaign operative would provide information against others in Trump's inner circle in exchange for lessening his own legal exposure. So, look, what this tells me is, of course, that they think that there's something there. They actually believe that. Okay, now, something worth building a case against Manafort for, in order to get information, like the end goal of getting information about Trump's inner circle and whether or not they had dealings with Russia. Now, that's got the potential for being huge because, again, Mueller, he's not just looking into the election, okay? We're past that. Now we're looking into financial corruption. And that is going to be very interesting. And again, that's the potential of being huge if there is something actually there, and that's what they're looking for. And we don't know what's in those records specifically. We don't know if there's anything incriminating in what they seized, or if there's anything new. It could turn out that Manafort had cooperated all along and turned over everything, and that there wasn't anything in there. We'll find that out one way or the other. Now, Manafort, of course, had already provided documents to both the Senate Judiciary Committee and the Senate and House Intelligence Committees. Now, these documents are said to include notes Manafort took while attending a meeting with Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer at Trump Tower back in June of 2016. Now, Manafort was invited to that meeting where they were supposed to get damaging information about Hillary Clinton. And look, I've said, and even Kellyanne Conway has said, hey, man, if you want to have done something damaging on Hillary Clinton, all you have to do is just listen to her. I agree with that. But nonetheless, the idiots that they are, they're like, hey, this Russian lawyer says she's got some dirt on Hillary. You want it? And Donald Trump Jr. is like, yeah, of course. Heck yeah, I want it. It's kind of illegal to get information from a foreign source when you're a political campaign. That counts as a campaign contribution. That's a big no-no. But those idiots, they didn't know that. And they're like, yeah, if it is what I say it is, I absolutely want it. Dumbasses. Dumb. Okay. But anyway, as I said, we don't know what they found, but it seems like Mueller, again, believed that there was something there. It was enough to justify a morning raid on Manafort. Now, I told you, man, this is a serious investigation. Mueller, he's not messing around with this. If there is something there, it seems like he's going to be the one to find it, unless, of course, Donald Trump fires him. But that, of course, unlocks a whole host of other problems for Trump. Lindsey Graham, I mean, take it for what you will, but even Lindsey Graham's like, there will be holy hell if you fire Mueller. A lot of other Republicans are like, don't fire Mueller, don't do it. That looks really, really, really bad, especially if he's actually, or if it seems like he's onto something. Here we go. If that happens, a lot of Republicans, they're going to jump ship, and this administration is probably done. Their only hope is that Manafort had already turned everything over and didn't have anything additional as of consequence. And of course, we'll find that out eventually, as the truth always tends to win out in the end. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.